Jiri Prochazka, Alex Pereira goes down this weekend at UFC 295. And guys, we got to be honest, this is one of the more intriguing matchups of the year to finish out 2023 really strong at Madison Square Garden. I'm going to dive right into this thing. I've been on the record saying that this is maybe the best matchup, stylistically, the most exciting fight that the UFC could make right now. And I had mentioned Alex Pereira going up to 205 gives some beef to the 205-pound division, something that we've been looking for, a spark, a real, just a unique individual in Alex Pereira, right? He was just inducted into the Glory Kickboxing Hall of Fame, right? We know about the credentials of Pereira by now. He's not some mystery now, right? We got to detach him from the Adesanya thing for a little bit, right? You know, we knew that that's kind of how he got his rise. But we have to recognize Alex Pereira is a legit contender. And, you know, people are saying that he lost the fight against Jan Blachowicz. I don't think he lost the fight. Jan didn't do anything right with the takedowns, right? Alex Pereira defended himself very well. That was the biggest test, as far as I'm concerned, that Pereira has faced in MMA thus far for a number of reasons. One, Jan Blachowicz's takedown defense. Alex hasn't been in there with anyone even close to the grappling abilities of Jan Blachowicz, the power of Blachowicz, the defense of Blachowicz, especially against the leg kicks, which I think are going to be a factor in this matchup. But let's get into this, okay? Jiri Prochazka having the shoulder injury, he had to vacate the belt. That's how we've gotten here, right? Another interim belt on the line. Jiri got hurt, vacated the belt. Hill won the belt. He got hurt, had to vacate it. Here we are, Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochazka. I've noticed something going back and taking a look at Alex Pereira's fights that has me actually very concerned for Alex Pereira in this matchup. And that is when Alex is throwing combinations and he starts to kind of tee off. Adesanya noticed something that he was able to hurt Pereira with in the first kickboxing matchup, which is he's very vulnerable to the shots coming straight down the middle, especially a good 1-2. We've seen Adesanya throw it. He kind of would throw the jab, leave it out there, follow up with a good right hand. Jiri Prochazka's got more power than Adesanya. He's very awkward. He can switch stances. He doesn't hold his hands very high, so the shots are coming from very low. They're hard to see. And Alex kind of keeps his head dead on the center line a lot of the time when he's not throwing. Now, when Alex throws, he does a very good job getting his head off the center line. But he just stands there and he relies on this long guard. And a lot of the time, he does not move his head at all. And he just kind of sits there and he has a chin, man. The guy can eat a shot. But against Jiri Prochazka, that's a problem. That's a problem. You can't be relying on your chin in a matchup with Jiri Prochazka. The power, the speed, the awkwardness of Jiri Prochazka, I think, is going to pose some issues to Alex Pereira. However, I think Alex Pereira is going to get this done. And I think as long as the reason I think he's going to get this done, here's my kind of scientific, whatever you want to call answer. Where Alex is most vulnerable is when he has you backed up to the fence and he just starts to tee off. He did this in his kickboxing days, and that's where he gets himself in trouble, when he closes you down, backs you up to the ropes or the fence, and he just starts to tee off. He forgets about the defense. His hands are really low in very dangerous positions. You know, I know that guys like to fight with their hands down and things like that, and to each its own. There's different styles, different things work for different folks. Being in the pocket and having your hands at your hips is just, to me, it's dangerous. But who am I? The guy's a two-time Glory Kickboxing champ, right? So I'm not going to critique it. I'm just going to say it's dangerous. And it's how he got caught against Adesanya. He starts to tee off. He forgets about the defense, and he just becomes all offense. And that's when he gets hurt. And I just don't see where there's going to be a scenario where Jiri is closed down, backed up against the fence. When do we ever see Jiri closed down, backed up against the fence? You know, other than maybe Glover shooting in for a double and he gets a hold of him. Yuri's trying to fight it off and trying to sprawl, can't quite get his hips away, and he's, you know, kind of, they crash into the fence and then Glover takes him down. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about slow, smart, methodical pressure of someone moving forward, closing Jiri down up against the fence. We haven't really seen that, right? Yuri's kind of out in space, moving around. He's closing people down. So that is the worst case scenario for Alex Pereira, is actually to have Jiri close down against the fence, in my opinion. If this is out in the open and we're just playing they're just playing tick for tack, high level striking. There's nobody, in my opinion, that can stand with Alex Pereira and do that in the UFC, in my opinion, without mixing in the grappling. I know Jiri's awkward. He's got some incredible striking. His power is unique. He throws good elbows. He's very unorthodox, which poses a problem for Alex, because this is a real 205er. This is a big guy that hits hard. He's got good speed. He's very unpredictable. He has some insight, though, right? Glover Teixeira's been in there with the guy, not twice, it was supposed to be twice, but he's been in there with Glover, right? Glover understands. Now, again, Glover and Alex are two incredibly different fighters, right? So there's only so much that you can go off of with that, but we know inside the Teixeira camp, he's able to give Alex insight on what's going on. And I've seen some videos out there of people talking about Alex's striking is overrated, his left hook is overrated, and I can't believe that anyone would even listen to these people, right? Alex Pereira's left hook is one of the most dangerous punches in all of combat sports. If the people that say that have never seen this guy fight in Glory Kickboxing, the guy has so many knockouts, and most of them, if not all of them, but most of them are from that left hook. I understand that in the UFC, he has not one punch left hook KO'd many people. But in every fight that he's hurt people, what punch is it? The left hook. What did he hurt Adesanya with where he was able to get him out of there? The left hook. What did he KO Strickland with? The left hook. What was Jan Blachowicz terrified of that he kept timing and trying to duck under? The left hook. When he fought Bruno Silva, the left hook. Alex Pereira is incredibly dangerous. Jiri Prochazka knows that. Prochazka can strike with him, no doubt about it. Jiri Prochazka's got some great striking, and this matchup, it's tough for me because both of these guys just seem like great dudes, right? I don't really want to see either one lose. I'm just a bigger Alex Pereira fan than Jiri Prochazka. I'm being transparent about that. And I'm also getting into the breakdown here of, I've explained to you, in terms of the striking, as long as Alex does not come crashing forward and get reckless with keeping his hands low and just becoming all offense, I don't see him losing the fight. Because I think that this fight does play out on the feet. Alex has shown his takedown defense is actually pretty good. He's shown that he can survive if he does get put in some bad positions. He was put in some bad positions against Jan Blachowicz. His low kicks are incredible. Now, Jiri's going to switch stances, and I'm sure that that's something Jiri's working on, is switching stances, being able to counter those leg kicks, which, again, it's very hard to do because Alex does not rotate his shoulders or his hips, so it's hard to there's no telegraph to when he's throwing these kicks, right? The fact that Alex was landing calf kicks on Jan Blachowicz tells you everything you need to know, because Jan has some of the best leg kick defense in all of MMA, and Alex was still landing them. I just think that this is a really good matchup for Alex. Jiri coming off the injury, I don't think that that's going to play too much in it because Jiri's a very unique individual, which is why I'm like, man, I just can't see him losing because he's so unique. He's this whole samurai thing that he's got going on. The guy was out there, in the woods, hitting the trees for hours, and just the guy's a different breed. He's a true martial artist through and through. He's incredible to watch. He's very unpredictable. He's got crazy power. I've just seen with Jiri in these fights, especially against the Dominic Reyes fight. Dominic Reyes looked pretty good early on there against Jiri, and we all know about that elbow, that he was able to throw. It's very close to being. It's very dangerous to be in close with Jiri Prochazka, right? The spinning elbows, the tight elbows in the clinch. We've seen what Jiri can do there. I just think Alex's leg kicks are going to be able to, I think he's going to be able to land those. He's going to get Jiri thinking about those. He's going to work that jab. And I think that left hook, man, that left hook at the end of the day is the great equalizer for, it's the kryptonite for everyone that wants to stand there and strike with Alex Pereira. I think that people are misled a little bit by seeing that, Alex has hit people with the left hook and they haven't all just one punch KO'd. He hasn't done that a ton in the UFC thus far. We've seen it against Strickland. We saw him hurt Adesanya. It wasn't a one punch KO. But make no mistake, the guy not draining himself down to 185. We've seen it 285. The shots that he was landing on Jan, that jab is good from Pereira. He changes it up. He works it to the body to set up that left hook upstairs, the calf kicks. I just see this fight taking place out in space. I see Jiri trying to be unorthodox. He's going to fire those good, strong shots from the hip, which that's what concerns me. I can see him catching Alex Pereira. I think someone's getting finished inside 2 rounds in this matchup. I don't think we see the judges' scorecards in this one. I think Jiri Prochazka stands there and strikes with him. Maybe he tries to, clinch and get in close, but nothing more than to land some of those elbows. At the end of the day, this is a great matchup. I'm leaning towards Alex Pereira. Again, I'm slightly biased because he is one of my favorite fighters. Been watching him since his Glory kickboxing days. But Jiri Prochazka is incredibly dangerous. I think that anyone that says, oh, Jiri's definitely winning, or oh, Alex is definitely winning, I think that you're being a little unfair there. This is a real, in my opinion, I think this is a 50-50 matchup. But if anyone deserves to have the odds in their favor, it's definitely Jiri, because he's fought at 205 more. He's finished people at 205. So I can see how he could be the favorite, and he should be. And he actually is the champ at 205, basically. He never lost the belt. He vacated it. But Pereira is just a dangerous contender, man. His striking, sensational. I just feel like if you're out in the open with Alex, it's a problem. He's setting you up. He's very intelligent. People just mistake him for this big stone guy with no expression, which he kind of is, but he's a fun guy. You see, if you follow him on social media, he's a fun guy, man. And he's got incredibly high striking IQ. What he did to Strickland, setting you up, what he did to Adesanya in both matchups, just taking away your mobility. I think he's going to try that against Jiri Prochazka. I'm just worried about that 1-2 combination that I think Jiri is going to look to throw, because we've seen that for whatever reason that seems to land on Alex Pereira. Jiri's a very intelligent fighter as well. I can see him trying to copy what Adesanya did and landing something along those lines. What do you all think? I'm going with Alex Pereira. If you said, hey man, you got to make a prediction here, I'm going Alex Pereira because I'm a big fan of his. But again, I like Jiri as well. Just 2 good dudes here. I don't want to see either one lose, but we got to pick a winner. I'm leaning towards Alex Pereira. I think he gets it done. I think he becomes a champ at 205. And I think it's going to be a great fight. I think someone's getting finished. What do you all think? Like, comment, drop your prediction below. Let me know who you think is going to win this matchup. It's a great fight, no doubt. Appreciate you all. See you in the next one.